Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, I hope you all will be fine and good. It's time for your science class. So first of all, before starting the lesson, raise your hand for duas. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqtatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid deen. Ameen. Dear students, I told you about the process of photosynthesis. Now I am going to take a short quiz, surprise quiz from you. So hurry up, arrange your science folder and pen with you. Stop your video here and come back with your folder and pen. Okay, now I hope that all of you have bring your folders and pen. May I start my quiz now? Okay, it's a very short surprise quiz. The procedure will be that I will ask a question from you and you will write the answer on your folder. Okay, so my first question is, name the process by which plants make their own food. I will repeat my question. Name the food making process in plants. Name the food making process in plants. Okay, I hope that you have done. Now, my second question is, what are the ingredients of the photosynthesis? What are the ingredients that are used by the plant to carry out the photosynthesis? Write just names. Ingredients of the photosynthesis or the things that are used by the plant to make the food. Okay, I hope that you have done. Now, come to the third question. What is meant by photo? Photo means dash. I am going to repeat my question. Photo means dash. Shabash. Good. Now, my fourth question is, what is the product of photosynthesis? What is the product of photosynthesis? Means what is produced by the plant after photosynthesis. Okay. Now my fifth question or last question is, what thing is necessary to carry out the photosynthesis? Name the things that are needed by the plant to carry out photosynthesis. Name the things that are needed by the plant to carry out the photosynthesis. Okay, I hope that you all have done. Now, keep this test with you. When you will come back to school, I will check it. Okay? Or I will share the answers with you. Okay, now we are going to start today's topic. Today I am going to tell you about the starch that is stored in different parts of the plant. Okay, what is starch? Before describing the starch, I will revise the previous lesson. In my previous lesson, I told you the reason why the leaves look green. Leaves look green due to the presence of a pigment or a substance that is called a chlorophyll. What is the name of that pigment? That name is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a substance that is green in color and it is present in the leaves of the plant. Okay. Now, where it is present? It is present inside a special structure called chloroplast. Okay, look here. This is a cell of a plant. Here, small cells chloroplast are present, and inside these chloroplasts, a chlorophyll is present. The green color that you are seeing here on the slide is due to the presence of chlorophyll, that is green pigment. Okay, now what is the function? What are the characteristics of this chlorophyll? Why it is present in the leaves? This chlorophyll enables the plant to trap the sunlight. Okay, you know that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Without sunlight, plants are not able to carry out the photosynthesis. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a very special pigment inside the leaves that is called chlorophyll. And this chlorophyll traps the sunlight or the sun energy and provides it to the plant to carry out photosynthesis. Okay, I am going to repeat it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a green pigment or has placed a green pigment called chlorophyll inside the leaf, and it helps the leaf to trap the sunlight or sun energy that helps the plant to carry out photosynthesis. If there is no chlorophyll in the leaf, if there is no chlorophyll in the leaf, then that leaf will not be able to make the food. Okay, it will die. The leaf that gets yellow or a leaf that lacks the chlorophyll, that do not have a chlorophyll, will not be able to make its own food. Okay, it will die. Next, I told you about the stomata. Stomata means an opening. What is mean? Stomata means a tiny opening that is present on the underside of the leaf. Okay, not on the upper surface of the leaf. Upper surface has few stomata, but on the lower side of the leaf there are too many stomatas, and these stomatas open and close. Sometimes they open and then they close as well. Now, what is the function of this stomata? It allows the gases to enter or leave through the underside of the leaf. Okay, these are the paths, these are the pathways through which gases goes inside the leaf and gases comes out of the leaf. Okay, now look at the structure of the stomata. Look here, this is a stomata. When it is open, you can see the carbon dioxide gas is entering the stomata inside the leaf through stomata, and oxygen gas is coming out. Look here, this purple color gas, that is oxygen, is coming out. Similarly, at the same time, water, look here, water molecules or water vapors also escape from the leaf through the stomata. Okay, now what are the three functions of stomata? What are the three functions of the stomata? Look here in the picture. Carbon dioxide gas enters the leaf, oxygen comes out of the leaf, and water vapors also come out of the leaf. Okay, this CO2 gas is carbon dioxide gas, O2 is an oxygen gas, and H2O, that is written in blue color, is a water molecule. Look here again, that carbon dioxide gas enters the leaf, oxygen comes out of the leaf, and water molecules also coming out of the leaf through the stomata. Okay, now today's topic is starch. Now what is starch? I told you that the food that is made by the plant is sugar, and beta, you know that millions and thousands and millions of leaves are present on the tree, and all these leaves are making food for the plant. And the food made by the plant, by the leaves for the plant, is not used up. Most of the food has left. That is called an extra food. So, what does a plant do with this extra food? This extra food that is not used by the plant is stored by the plant in different parts. Okay, as your mom saves the food in the refrigerator, plants don't have any refrigerator. They save their food in different parts. Okay, what are the parts of the plant? Roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits. So, what does the plant do? Plant don't have any refrigerator. It stores extra food inside different parts of the plant. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed the plant to store the food in different parts. Okay, so what is starch? When plant stores the food, that is sugar, it converts or it changes the sugar first of all into starch. Okay, what I said, the extra food that is in the form of sugar is stored by the plant, but first of all plant changes this sugar into starch and then it stores in different parts. Okay, now what is starch? Starch is a sugar. The sugar made by the plant is mostly changed into starch first and then it is stored in different parts of the plant. Okay, now what are the different parts of the plant and why the plant stores this food? So very interestingly, plant stores this food for us. Okay, the stored food that the plant stores in its different parts is used by the human beings and by the animals. Okay, you can see here in the slide, the food that is not used by the plant is stored in different parts of the plant in the form of starch. Food that is not used by the plant is stored in different parts in the form of starch. Now look here. Root. What is a root? Root is the underground part of the plant. And you notice that carrot grows inside the earth. So what is the carrot? Carrot is the root of the plant. Look here in the picture. Here are the leaves of the carrot and it has a very short stem over here at the top. Okay, the stem is very short or very small in case of carrot. Then look at this carrot. This carrot is a part of the plant that is called root. So a carrot plant stores the extra food inside its root. So the carrot is a root that we eat. Okay, similarly, the fruits that you eat are the part of the plant where the plant stores extra food. Look at the bananas. Similarly, in case of apple, in case of mangoes, whatever fruits you eat, the extra food is stored by the plant in their fruits. Similarly, some plants store their food inside their stem. Very interestingly, have you ever eaten a sugar cane? Yes, of course, you have eaten a sugar cane. You know the sugar cane resembles the stem of the plant, and we eat the sugar cane. We eat the stem of the plant. Okay, so some plants store their extra food inside their stem, like sugar cane. Similarly, the ginger that your mom used while cooking, the ginger is a stem of the plant and it's the underground stem. Okay, sometimes some stems are underground. I will repeat and will revise it again, but keep this thing in your mind that some plants store their food in the stem. A very good example is of sugar cane. Okay, similarly, some plants store their food inside their leaves. Some plants store their food inside their seeds. For example, you can see here rice seeds. Okay, similarly cereals, beans. In the case of beans, cereals, and rice, wheat, plant stores its extra food inside the leaves. And all these parts of the plants are eaten by human beings. Look here, we eat the root of the plant, sometimes we eat fruits, sometimes we eat stem, and most of the time we eat the seeds of the plant as well. Is it clear? So, what I told you, the extra food that is not used by the plant is stored in the form of starch, and this starch is stored in different parts of the plant because plant does not have any refrigerator to store the food. Okay, so plant stores it extra food in different parts. In which parts? In different parts. What are the parts? Sometimes it may store in the roots, sometimes it stores in its stem, sometimes plant stores its food in the seeds. Okay, now very interesting fact about the plant. Did you know that plants are the only living things that are able to make its own food? Whereas all the other living things depend on each other for their food. Like we eat the food from we get the food from animals in the form of eggs, meat. Similarly, we also depend on the plants. We get vegetables from the plants, we get fruits from the plants, we get seeds, we get oil from the plant. So, we are dependent on the plant. We cannot make our food. We just cook the food. We cannot make the food. But plants are very special. They do not depend on anything for their food. They make their own food by the process called photosynthesis. So, plants are called the producers. What we call them? Plants are called the producers. Means these are the only living things on the earth that do not depend on anything for its food. They make their own food. They don't need food from us. We just give them water and they get carbon dioxide gas from the air and make their own food on their own. They do not get food from any animals. Whereas we human beings and all other animals feed on the plant or feed on the other animals. You have seen that some animals hunt other animals. Some animals like goat and cow eats the grass. Similarly, human beings depend on the plant and animals for the food, but plants are very special. So, this is an interesting fact that we call the plant as a producers, means they produce their own food. And where they produce? In the leaves. And leaves on the trees are uncountable. Can you count the leaves on the plant? No, of course not. You can't count because there are too many leaves on the trees. So, a lot of food is prepared here in the plant daily in the presence of sunlight. Okay? And plants do not make their food at night because at night there is no sun. Okay? So, when plant makes its food during the day, there is a lot of food prepared by the plant. Some of it is used up and then extra food is stored in different parts of the plant for the human beings and for other animals. Okay? Now, plants cannot depend plants do not depend on other living things for the food, but they depend on the sun's energy. Okay? They do not depend on other living things to get the food, but they depend on the sun. If there will be no sun, no food will be prepared by the plant. Okay? So keep this thing in mind. The sun energy, that is light energy, is very much necessary for the plant to make its food. If there will be no sun, no food can be prepared by the plant, they will die. Okay, so plants depend only on the sun energy. And you know that when plants make its food while using the sun energy transfers to the plant and inside our body as well. Okay, plants uses the sun energy and this energy is transferred to the plant and indirectly it is transferred to our body. So keep this thing in your mind, that if there will be no sun, there will be no life on the earth. Okay, so we should say Alhamdulillah for the sun that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. If there will be no sun, there will be no light, there will be no heat, and there will be no life on the earth, because there will be no plant on the earth. When there will be no plants, all the animals will die because they will not get their food. Okay, now look at this food chain. Here you can see the food chain starts from the producers. Food chain starts from the producers. And what are producers? Plants are producer. All the plants. In this screen you are seeing the grass. I'm not talking about the grass, but all the plants are the producers, because they get the energy from the sun and they make their own food. Okay, now all the other living things, even the insects, they depend on the plant for their food. Look here in this food chain, a grasshopper eats the grass, feeds on the grass. Frog gets energy from the animals. Snake depends on the frog or other animals. Eagle or hawk depends on the snake for their food. And after, when this animal dies off, decomposers attack on its body to get their food. So the whole cycle goes on. But the most important thing is the producer or the plant. I will repeat this food chain again, or many other examples of food chain with you in my next classes. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.